Do you think we should always agree with our friends, no matter what they say or do? Why you ponder that? The word agree has brought something to my mind that I think we should learn about. Let's take a little detour to the world of grammar. Sentences can take different forms and perform different functions, but there is one rule that remains constant in all sentences. The subject and the verb in a sentence have to be in agreement. This is a simple rule, really. It just means that the subject and the verb in a sentence must agree in number. But you already know that words take different forms in sentences, and this can make it difficult to understand how simple rules apply. So let's take a look at some of the rules of subject-verb agreements so that we can better understand them. The most basic rule is that a singular subject must have a singular verb, while a plural subject must have a plural verb. Now, before we go further, please note that unlike nouns, singular verbs are the ones that have an S at the end when used in the present tense. For example, he goes to school. Kunle thinks it's time to go home. While plural verbs do not have an S, they go to school. Kunle and Lloyd think it's time to go home. In these sentences, the verb form changes to correspond with the number of the subject. So, thinks with a singular subject becomes think with a plural subject. Subject-verb agreement is the reason that you cannot say he go to school or Kunle and Lloyd thinks it's time to go home. Let's learn some more rules. First, when the subject of the sentence consists of two nouns or two pronouns which are connected by and, use a plural verb. For example, the class captain and the student committee members meet every day. Next, when two singular nouns or two singular pronouns are joined together using or nor, use a singular verb. For example, Helen or Bola visits Mama at the hospital. When there is one subject and more than one verb, the verbs throughout the sentence must agree with the subject. For example, bottles litter our streets and block our drainages. Impersonal pronouns like each one, either, neither, everyone, everybody, anyone, anybody, nobody, somebody, someone, and no one are considered singular and require a singular verb. For example, each of the boys was given a prize. Neither explanation was sufficient. No one was interested in a game of football. Now listen carefully to this one. When a phrase comes between the subject and the verb, remember that the verb still agrees with the main subject of the sentence. For example, the pastor, as well as members of the congregation, is in line to receive the Holy Communion. The focus of the remedial classes was 8 students who had problems with mathematics. There are still some more rules of subject-verb agreement that we will discuss in subsequent lessons. But for now, always remember that the main rule is that the verb must agree in number with the subject of the sentence. See you later.